Winter, 1999. Xiaoliu, a Beijing Film Academy freshman, was nearly buried alive in a coffin. Not a shoot. Real. The coffin sat at a field edge in a village beneath Mutianyu. Inside, a long-dead young woman in a crimson qipao, face caked white. Xiaoliu, in traditional long gown and black skullcap, was pinned by several men and shoved into that coffin, face to face, pressed onto the corpse. When the lid closed, he smelled something he would never forget. Not decay. Worse. The cloying, sweet stench of a long-dead body, mixed with powder and soil, cold and viscous, crawled up your nostrils into your brain. Xiaoliu was 18, a directing major. Getting into BFA in 1999 meant something. Golden child. Tall, sharp-looking. But tuition ran 9,000 yuan a year. Serious money for his struggling family. So he stayed at the internet cafe, 5 yuan for all-night red alert and CS. In that smoky cafe, he met brother Wang. Wang was about 10 years older, generous, always buying drinks. By December, they were tight. One evening, Wang pulled him aside. "Ever think about making money?" Xiaoliu scratched his head. Art student, weak academics, no tutoring gigs. Wang's eyes flickered. "There's something, but you'd have to give something up. Find a headshot, figure out your birth time, down to the hour." Xiaoliu's first thought, an acting role. Film Academy student, decent looking. Someone asks for photo and birth details. What else? He dug out his best photo, coaxed his birth hour from his mother, handed it all to Wang. 3 to 5 days, wait for my signal. Days later, Wang pulled up in a beat-up Xiali. They drove over an hour past Huairu to Mutianyu. Lights grew sparse, street lamps, dim farmhouse windows, then only headlights on dirt. Bare poplars clawed at the night sky. Beijing winter, dry and biting. Xiaoliu wiped frost from the window, only darkness. They stopped at a village entrance. Over a dozen people waited. An elderly couple in front, a couple in their 30s, the rest villagers. Wang pointed at Xiaoliu. "I've brought him." The old couple circled him, inspecting like produce. After a long examination, they nodded. Xiaoliu's unease grew, but his mind hadn't gone there. The old woman wore a fine jade bracelet. The younger man chain-smoked. The woman's eyes were red from crying. No one spoke, only wind through the poplars. Wang pulled Xiaoliu aside. "Today you make money. Whatever happens, don't ask, just do as told." The villagers produced a traditional groom's outfit. Long gown, mandarin jacket, black skull cap. Below freezing, Xiaoliu's down jacket was stripped off. Shoes swapped for cloth-soled slippers. The younger woman powdered his face and applied lipstick. In the mirror, skull cap, white face, a figure from a Republican-era photograph. He felt relieved, a period piece. "I'm the groom. No cameras, no director, no script. But he was a pro, his debut role." Wang spoke. "Escort the groom." 2 young men seized him and dragged him toward a field. When Xiaoliu looked up in the moonlight, his body froze. Earthen mounds everywhere, wooden markers, half-collapsed graves, dark coffin corners. Where they stopped, a mound dug open. Damp soil, wet earthy smell. Inside, a black coffin. Xiaoliu thought, impressive props. Then young men pried the lid open. Inside, a person. Young woman in red qipao lying rigid. The posture, not living, not a prop. Props don't make you step backward. Before he could process it, she was hauled up. She couldn't stand. A wooden post held upright. The makeup woman worked on the corpse. Powder, lipstick, collar. The dead woman began to resemble a bride. They positioned the two side by side. Xiaoliu forced down next to the corpse, close enough to feel the cold, not winter cold, but cold devoid of life. A smell, not decay, meat in summer heat, doused in cheap perfume. Nearly visible, a thin mist. Xiaoliu fought with himself. Endure it. The director will yell, cut. He adjusted his posture for the camera. Then Wang stepped forward. The officiant. He recited a wedding oration, clearly memorized. The young men forced Xiao Lu and the corpse through rituals. Bow to heaven and earth, bow to parents, bow to each other. His head pushed down again and again. As it neared the end, the old man leaned close to Wang and whispered, "Don't we still need joint burial?" 2 words, like ice water. Xiao Lu's brain finally raced. Did film shoots need to be this real? Did props need to smell this bad? All the wrong details clicked together. He wasn't on a set. He'd been lured here for a ghost marriage. The living wed to the dead. He was the living one. Wang turned to him, expression changed. No longer the cafe friend, but businesslike. "Xiao Lu, can you handle this?" Xiao Lu clenched his jaw. "I can finish this scene." Wang sighed, voice soft and cold. "Wake up. This isn't acting. Today is your wedding with Xiaohua. You're not playing the groom. You're the groom." Xiao Lu thrashed, but 18 against 4 farm boys meant nothing. Wang's voice. The couple enters the bridal chamber. They laid the body at the coffin bottom, then threw Xiao Lu in face down. His knee banged the edge. He was pressed all the way in, his chest against the corpse, cold, hard. He later described it. Not lying on a person, lying on a wooden post soaked in shit, piss, and rotten eggs. Rigid, no softness, nothing human. Through the clothes, unnatural bulges and hollows. The smell so thick his eyes stung, like rotting meat shoved into his sinuses. His brain screamed. Body trapped, no room to turn. Heart pounding out of his throat. Every breath pulled that stench into his lungs, stomach convulsing. He clenched his teeth, fighting not to vomit. Then the most terrifying sound. The coffin lid closed, heavy wood above, moonlight gone. Utter darkness, only breathing and hammering heart. He tried pushing up, too narrow. Wedged between corpse and lid, unable to move. Wang's voice muffled as if through a wall. "Nail it shut, bury it." His heart sank. This is it. 18 years fought into BFA, and now I die in a nameless village, buried alive in a stranger's grave, married to a ghost. He waited, a dozen seconds, the longest of his life. Waiting for nails through wood, soil hitting the lid. Nothing, no sound. Then the lid slid open. Moonlight. The young men looking down at him, pity and amusement, pulling him out. Wang came over, face back to the cafe friend. He patted Xiao Lu's shoulder, almost apologetic. That last part was a bit much, a little joke. But the ritual, you've to go through the whole thing. Xiao Lu stood, legs weak, trembling. He wanted to rage, to punch Wang's face, but he could barely stand. The old couple approached. The old woman took his hand, eyes red. Their youngest daughter, Xiaohua, died unmarried. By local custom, an unmarried girl couldn't enter the family grave. She needed a marriage arranged in the living world. They'd searched. Birth charts mismatched. Photos rejected. Their daughter had to approve. A yin-yang master declared Xiao Lu's birth details a perfect match. He looked good. When they burned his photo as an offering, Xiaohua nodded from the other side. The old couple thought Xiao Lu had come voluntarily, for the tuition. The old woman wiped tears. "Young man, if you're willing, you'll be our son-in-law. 4 years of tuition, 36,000 yuan. We'll cover it." 36,000 in 1999. For a rural family, that sum was a serious decision. Xiao Lu didn't know what to say. Curse them. They'd buried their child, wanted her to have a proper name. Call the police? 1999. Mutianyu village. An out-of-town student reporting a ghost marriage. Who'd believe him? What crime would they charge? He said nothing. Got back in Wang's car, down jacket over the groom's clothes. On the drive back, Wang chattered about how hard the job was to fill. Mismatched charts, rejected photos, until they found Xiao Lu, who checked every box. Casual, like he'd landed someone a gig. Xiao Lu sat in the passenger seat, groom's clothes under his jacket, powder still on his face. He watched darkness race past the window and felt how vast and empty Beijing felt. Heater on full, but he was still cold, the kind that seeps from inside your bones. After a long silence, "Brother Wang, once a living person performs the rites with the dead, is my life now." Wang cut him off, eyes on the road. "Your 4 years of tuition are paid. What more do you want?" Xiao Liu said nothing, turned to the window, breath fogging the glass. The family kept their word. Tuition arrived every semester, 4 years, not a yuan missing. But Xiao Liu was never the same. Passing a funeral home, seeing joss paper burning, catching that chemical fragrance, his stomach would cramp. He didn't date. Whenever he got close to a girl, his mind flashed to that winter night, the texture in the coffin, that smell, that cold, a switch in his body. Certain circumstances aligned, it severed all thoughts of intimacy. He tried therapy, but in 1999, China counseling was a novelty. How do you tell a doctor, "I performed wedding rites with a corpse and lay on a dead body in a coffin"? They'd think he was insane. Years ago, he met his current wife. Strangely, the moment this girl, nearly 20 years younger, appeared, he felt inexplicable familiarity. Not love at first sight, more like you've never met this person, but some angle of her face makes you feel you've known her forever. He asked her birthday. She told him. Xiao Liu froze, the same day as his dead ex-wife from over 20 years ago. He never told his wife about that winter night, just held those 2 dates together in his mind.